Welcome Scorpios. Welcome to Kiki's Doorway. Let's see what your soulmate wants to understand for November 5th to November 7th. I pre-shuffled the cards. I did a reading, but it didn't work, so I had to redo it again. So let's see why I had to redo this reading. Okay? All right. Masculine. Feminine. Masculine Scorpios, your soulmate wants you to know that they have met you in their past life as your lover, even in this life. They're understanding or seeing how your love and theirs is truly a bond, and they're trying to understand that more. Female Scorpios, your soulmate and you have met each other as the high priest and priestess. Both you and your soulmates are healers, teachers. Your ability is made to help the world. And this is what your soulmate has realized about themselves, or is now understanding about themselves, Miss Scorpio. Let me see what love life says for masculine Scorpios. Okay. And then I'll read the High Priestess for the feminine energies, okay? So, love life. From Dorian Virtue. Masculine Scorpios, this card comes to you as an indication that your love life is affected by one or more previous lifetimes that was felt earlier. Most likely you had a painful experience back then that has caused you to be overly cautious. In such cases, working on yourself can help you reopen your beautiful, loving heart. So, masculine Scorpio, you and your soulmate, in order for you to rewrite the karmic pain that you and your soulmate had experienced or has experienced, it is best to, they say, work on yourself. Working on yourself can help you reopen your beautiful, loving heart. So, masculine Scorpios, you have a beautiful heart. In that way, you can love and be loved again. It's also likely that this card comes to you as validation that the man or woman you are romantically interested in was also a prominent person in your past life. This individual may not necessarily have been a romantic partner at that time, but your inclination to connect romantically in this life is definitely part of the greater plan. Okay. I was feeling that in my mind's eye, but I wasn't sure, masculine energy. Now I get it. Your soulmate, masculine energy, yes, have met you. Y'all have connected in your past life as your lover. But it can be as, what if your soulmate was once your mother or once your uncle? Masculine Scorpio, if there's any family members that you have gravitated to, or a teacher in your life that you gravitate towards, this in a way is like how your soulmate is to you. If this is not romantic, of course it's going to be eventually romantic, but how they met you in your past life, masculine Scorpio, was like someone, like a friend or a teacher, aunt, uncle, grandparents. Yet your soulmate has, along with you, masculine Scorpio, was there to give you the fundamental love, caring, and understanding. What could have happened is, like all love, when you grow, you want new things, you want to experience new things, so you can be a full, better, and understanding person. Or if this was your soulmate, what if this was your uncle in your past life, or your mother? She wanted to experience being a nurturing parent. So what would that mean? What if that meant having a father figure that wasn't your father in your past life, and having a healthy relationship? your soulmate and you right now to understand that love is not always what we assume it to be. Yes, we want a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a husband, a wife. But in order for us to get that and receive that, we have to practice. And how we have practice when we were younger, even now, is through our family, our blood family. If you had brothers and sisters, you practice with them how to love, especially when it comes to the opposite sex. If you had aunties, the one that you loved and your soul gravitated towards, it's the same traits that your soulmate will be having. This is what your soulmate is thinking about too when it comes to reconnecting with you. So let me read for the High Priestess, for the female Scorpio, soulmate and themselves. You probably already know that you were a High Priestess. You were, and in this life, you and your soulmate want to become that now. Most people who have held these roles have a conscious sense of it. You have also retained your heightened spiritual knowledge, which this card is urging you to put into a greater practice. It is time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in the service of your divine mission of healing. This is what you and your soulmate are now understanding, Miss Scorpio. That being a high priest and priestess means that it is time for you to reignite your spiritual power and use it in service of your divine mission of healing, teaching, and helping the world. This card, Miss Scorpio, urges you and your soulmate to release any insecurities you may have about your spiritual abilities or any fears about others knowing your beliefs. So yes, as our past lives, because I'm a high priestess, I pulled high priestess cards out a lot on my personal readings, and I'm now growing in that role, and how does it feel and look to me. So if this means exploring how does it look and feel to you, do that. It is no right or wrong way, Miss Scorpio. Your soulmate is seeing that too. You're all about mystery. You're all about taking charge. So see this as your compass. Masculine Scorpio, your soulmate is becoming that go-getter for him or herself, and they're using their communication. They're using what they truly have to offer in regards to moving ahead. Yes, they might have had expected the worst before. This is why they had to take that rest. They had to sleep it off. Let it be 9 hours, 9 days. Or they were contemplating on this masculine Scorpio for 9 days or 9 months. Or this is something that has been ongoing for 9 years. But now this is, you and your soulmate is at the end of your cycle. So whatever you are sleeping on or thinking about, now is the time to go in action. So I don't feel like you were expecting the worst. I felt like masculine Scorpio, you have been taking this time to rest and really see how you want to go after the love of your life. How do you want to go after the things that you love in life? So of course you don't want to just rush it, Scorpio. You always contemplate and you go within, and you have been known to go and look to the stars in seeking out that solution. So if that is what you're doing, do that, masculine Scorpio. Your soulmate is doing this as well. Those self-fulfilling prophecies. Scorpio, know you have a sting. So that means that someone had to have stung you to be now the zodiac Scorpio. You had to learn that lesson, masculine Scorpio. And your soulmate had to learn what it meant to really be stung. To really feel hurt. To really feel pain by someone you truly love. And yes, it can be resentful. Yes, it can make you feel disappointed. Yet, when you really sit down, or when you really keep going in your life, or maintain who you are, you realize like, oh, I had to be stung to understand how my stinger influences others when I'm in love with them. So if you ever wonder when people say to you, masculine Scorpio, you're very mysterious, or I feel detached from you, or I feel like your energy is not here, this is because you have learned in your past life how to use those same mechanisms to keep your love for yourself, or the love that you have for yourself and others, reserved. It's not a bad thing. It's like, I don't want to give my beautiful flower to just anyone. I want to share my love to that person. When we share things constantly, what can happen? It can get dirty. It can wear out. And you didn't want that to be your heart, physically and emotionally and spiritually. So I can understand the withdrawal, and your soulmate can too. But now is the time to see that that won't happen. Why? Because you know what it means to be stung. You know how to sting people. You know what it means to feel pain. You know what it means to have received pain. You know what it feels like to feel like your world is crashing and you just feel like you're dying inside. That is your mythology, is death, or your story is death. Nephis, Anubis. Even Hades had love of his life, and he had to give her up to her mother so she can bring spring. So it's like, you have already experienced in your past lives, and even in mythology, what it means to be stung and hurt. Now, what does it mean to be stung in love? This is what you and your soulmate is going to be going towards. So those sleepless nights, like, when you're in love, sometimes you do get sleepless nights. So see it, look at it in that approach, masculine Scorpio, because I feel that's what your soulmate is thinking. They're not looking at it as the gloom and doom. They're looking at it as sensation and sensuality and sex, and even if it's sadness, it soothes the soul. Like, they're not looking at it in the way that you and your soulmate had experienced it in the past. Okay? Female Scorpios, your soulmate, including yourself, is becoming the king of air. So yes, just like masculine Scorpio, your soulmate, including you, are becoming more brilliant and more impartial to your needs. What does it mean to have your needs met? What does it mean to stand in your truth as a high priest and high priestess? How do you want to communicate that outside of yourself? How do you want to project that professionally? Wow, this is what I'm experiencing myself. So Scorpio, if you have already stepped into your priesthood and priestess and priesthood, how are you going to have that be your life? So speak up with confidence. This is what you and your soulmate is doing. Seek out professional advice. If that means looking at or finding other high priestesses, that will be one way to go. I think that's what you and your soulmate are doing. Or finding a spiritual group that resonates with you, that can bring out your high priest and priestess side. Mental and emotional consideration is at play. That was what it was felt. That was what it was felt early in my mind's eye. Wow. King. Okay, king and queen. Now king and queen. Before it was king. So we definitely, Scorpio, female and masculine and female Scorpios, you were definitely tapping into your king of air. And so is your partner in regards to the way you want to express your love and the way you want to express your life purpose or your spiritual practice. Masculine Scorpio, your soulmate is becoming the king of water. You are becoming the king of water. The king of water is all about being trustworthy, showing the compassion and not withdrawing it, being respected and having respect given to you. Showing that, yes, you are cultured, Mr. Scorpio, because you have traveled many climates. A Scorpio can adapt to different climates. I thought it was this heat that they live in. They also could live in cooler areas. That would explain their colors. And you know how to open your heart now. This is what you and your soulmate is practicing at this moment. In order for us to get over the sting that we have experienced in our past life, we had to open our hearts so we know it is okay. We get stung without even intention. You can open a door and sting your hand. You can open a can and cut your finger. That is a sting. Do we stop eating? No, we still do it. So now that you know that you and your soulmate are very strong, open your heart. Now's the time to open your heart to those around you. And know that you have trustworthy and heartfelt people. And they are waiting to give you the advice. They are waiting to give you the suggestions. They are waiting to give you those tokens of love. But because you are Scorpio masculine, you would have to go to them. It is only fair. Female Scorpio, you and your soulmate are becoming the queen of water, which is very tender-hearted, like the trustworthy king. You and your soulmate, Miss Scorpio, is becoming empathetic, empathic, very patient in the steps it required to be in your craft, to practice your craft, and to be in love with someone that also believes in the craft that you do. Live by. And you're showing your loving side. We, Miss Scorpio, know you for your intuition. Yes, we know you for your love, but we haven't seen outwardly your depths of your love. This is what you and your soulmate are going to be understanding how to practice. So relationships development will be at a totally new level. Trust your intuition, Scorpio. Trust it. Because this is what your soulmate has ability of too, is their intuition. So as you're trusting your intuition, so will they. Care for yourself and others. The more you care for yourself, Miss Scorpio, the more the care will be coming to you. So masculine and female, or masculine and feminine Scorpio, your soulmate, including yourself, are becoming the king and queen of your intuition, of your emotions, and even of the direction you want to go in your life in regards to your stability, sensuality, spirituality. You're becoming the whole package. That's a beautiful thing. To me, again, I love you. I love you, Scorpios. I always leave a paragraph in the description box for us to have as a compass or a tool or something to really simmer on after a reading. Whenever you get a chance, look within the description box. I love you. I love you, Scorpios. We will see you on the other side.